Did they make some decent money? No. That's the place to be. Do the $5 jobs, they told me. I started doing UGC just about 3 months ago. I made over $1,000 starting from zero. Even though I am a content creator on here, that was not a big advantage. UGC is a real deal, especially for side income. I am a mom, homemaker. I was desperate to make money staying home. My kids do attend preschool. However, if you see in the video I posted a few weeks ago, we are going to homeschool my oldest just in a few short months, getting ready to become a full-on stay-at-home mom again. As you can tell, I do YouTube. I also help my husband with his real estate business. If you do have any questions, definitely leave them for me in the comments below. I'm an open book and ready to share my experience. UGC. Half a year ago, universe starts to bombard me with these 3 letters UGC from all over. I was like, that's definitely a sign. YouTube search, Google, and I quickly found out that there are some very simple ways to start doing UGC, user-generated content. There are multiple UGC apps where you can get paid deals. Real money, no gifting, even though sometimes you need to do a couple of very cheapy deals to get those reviews on those apps, but we'll get into that in just a minute. The first thing everybody recommends you do is create your portfolio. Even if you're not a content creator, you can literally take a picture with anything branded in your hand and have that as an example of your selfie with a product. You can start doing UGC photos only if you're not comfortable on the video just yet. I believe that anybody can find some little side gigs on those apps that I will share, even if you have no knowledge of any kind of content creation. But if you do, that's the place to be. So I was honestly quite lazy to start creating portfolio first. I did not want to put in a lot of work because I didn't have a lot of time on my hands to start actually getting paid for UGC. And there are a ton of gifted collaboration apps that you can use to start this, because sometimes those products that you can be gifted are very valuable or valuable to you, or you want to try. So it is an interesting opportunity to explore, and I will link a couple of UGC gifted apps that I heard of, even though I haven't done any collaborations with them. My go-to apps, and I did share this a few videos ago, is Incense and Join Brands, and I've had the most luck with Incense so far. Join Brands actually was a little harder for me, which I'm still on both of these apps. On Incense you can find a higher ticket opportunities and you get paid whatever you agree on with the brand, where on Join Brands they do take 20% commission, and that doesn't feel very good in the end, while their ticket price for collaboration is already pretty low, and they have like the standard prices for like unboxing this much and how-to videos this much, while on Incense every brand for every campaign sets their price and you're able to bid price for that campaign as well. And you're able to communicate with the brand right away. You can write them as much as you want, pretty much just do your pitch to get the job, while on Join Brands you can't communicate to the brand, as far as I know, until they accept you. You can't even send any links in there, any photos to the brand. And what I love about apps in general, and especially Incense, is the fact that there is this third party that guarantees that you'll get paid. I've done many collaborations that came to my email with some known brands and unknown brands, and I was always stressed about will they pay me in the end. There is no guarantee, especially if this brand is not very reputable. Like, who are you gonna tell? On Incense, as I understand, when the brands sign up for this app and want to create a campaign, they have to deposit this money that they are willing to pay you for creation in their Incense account. So the money already there, Incense is holding the money for you, and then whenever you create the content, they approve it. And interesting things that I found out recently, they can have up to 3, the brand can have up to 3 revisions, and not just editing but refilming revisions, and you really want to avoid that, because it's all about how much time you put into it, and does this make sense when you divide the money you're getting paid by hours that you put in. So I would definitely discuss all the details before. But yeah, after you've done all of this, and even if there were revisions which you want to avoid, they accept your content, close the collaboration, and in just like 5 business days or so, you get this money in your bank account. And Join Brands pays to your PayPal account. Some brands or some people who work for those brands are a little harder to work with, or maybe they're not very respectful. Things happen, and for that reason you want to use a third-party app so that you can address any issues and there is someone else involved who can look at the situation and say who is wrong and who is right. Also, there is a website called Brands Meet Creators. I haven't closed any collaborations on there, but I've had some invites and I've applied for jobs. It's a little harder to use in my opinion, but it's another chance. As you might notice, I'm not from US, I have an accent, and that I think maybe a turn off for lots of brands, because lots of them are trying to promote their products for US people. Most of them are native English speakers, and even though I like to think that my English is pretty good, however, it is certainly a setback, but there is an advantage if you know another language, and I do know 2 other languages, Ukrainian and Russian, and actually exactly that helped me to get some of those collaborations early on. Even though I was losing some because of my accent, I've gained other ones who needed a bilingual, trilingual person. So if you are someone who knows other languages and your English is not so great, don't feel down. It is still good fit for everybody, for anybody really. And like I mentioned in the beginning, there are a ton of photo UGCs where you don't have to talk, and oftentimes they pay decent money, because usually I only spend like an hour to take a picture, to order the product, to communicate with the brand, to upload the picture, and they oftentimes pay like $30 and more for that. Most of the brands are looking for very simple, stripped down and very natural looking content from a regular person, regular user. Some other easy jobs on InSense for beginners could be also Amazon reviews and trying products. They usually pay around $30 to purchase a product on Amazon, try it out, maybe take a picture, and that's it. And again, it's like an hour of work of everything, total of an hour of work max, and you get $30 in the review. So what happened with portfolio? Like, yes, I do have my YouTube channel, but I wasn't doing lots of short form content, and I decided that I want to do it while getting paid for it. So I guess I got lucky in a way, because I did get hired, so I used the work that I've done to create my portfolio. I also filled up my TikTok, I started filling up my Instagram a little bit, even though my Instagram is more like personal and private, so I don't necessarily want to post content on there. And in case you don't know, user-generated content, it can be made for the brand only and they will use it in their ads, or they can require you to post it on some of your socials. It can be both. So on Join Brands, you do need certificates, so-called, to be able to apply for certain jobs. So each job is labeled: is it a selfie with a product, is it a how-to video, is it a TikTok or Instagram reel? So to be able to even apply, you need to give them an example of your work. And if it's a social media, for example on TikTok and Instagram, you have to have 50 at least active videos. On Amazon Shoppable, you need to have 3 active videos. On YouTube Shorts, you have to have 50 active videos. And for the photos and other videos, that is UGC only, create but don't post, you need to upload an example and then they need to approve you. So it is good, but also honestly, I still, after all these months, haven't landed any video collaboration in there. I only have been doing photos, haven't landed any TikTok or YouTube collaboration in there. And like I said, the ticket price in there is pretty low compared to what you can catch on InSense. Join Brands $5 jobs, I wanted to add that those are a great way to start getting reviews. You are responsible usually for paying shipping if you don't have Amazon Prime, because most of these products are from Amazon. But I do have Amazon Prime, so I don't pay shipping, right? But taxes you're responsible for. So in the end, the $5 jobs ends up being like a $3 job. But for the beginning, it's good. And I only chose products that I am interested in, I want to have. Usually the jobs everywhere go pretty fast. And I think, because I even wrote to Join Brands support about that, I think I haven't gotten higher than Join Brands because of how many users are on there. Even the people from there say that it might take time sometimes, and the brands just, you know, they have what to choose and pick from, and that's up to them, and just do the $5 jobs, they told me, because those are like easier and faster. I don't know what is so much easier and faster about them, because I did do like one regular photo job on there. I've applied to probably like 1,000 jobs. I can recommend Join Brands, absolutely. I had great experience with them overall, but did I make some decent money on there? No. Most of this over $1,000 that I made in the past 3 months came from Incense. I also signed up for Trend.io. Actually was texting with them today why they're not accepting me. So it's been like over 3 months and they still haven't accepted my application, and they explained right after you apply that they want to keep their app space with diverse creators, and they only need so many. They don't want to allow just everybody in there, whatever. So I decided to reach out because I heard that's a good app as well. And so they told me that they have a ton of applications and they are going through each one. So haven't tried it myself, heard good things about. Do I involve kids in creating UGC? I do, if I think it's beneficial for everybody, if it's not stressful for them. I do show them sometimes on here, or at least used to, and I have a motherhood channel, and it's part of my brand anyways. They are comfortable as of now, and before applying for anything that involves my kids, I imagine how this is gonna play out, how much time it's gonna take, because working with kids, it is way harder, and sometimes they're not up for it. Sometimes it can get stressful, and if it does get stressful, I stop. So it's gonna take me more days to fulfill that. If the pay is too low, or if the product is not something I'm very interested in, I don't take that on, because certainly filming with kids, or actually anybody else, because sometimes they look for couples to film or anything, it's harder. And let's talk a bit about my strategy. So in the beginning I was applying for almost anything, and I did get hired, I did get those reviews, I did get some cool products, and eventually when I did get some reputation, you know, when they look at my profile, the brands, there are some examples, there are some reviews, and the fact that on Incense you can get like a badge of being top rated or highly responsive, and on Join Brands you can go to a next level. In most of these collaborations, in both apps, you will probably have to pay, most often, for the product when you purchase it. Sometimes the brands ship product to you, but for the most part you agree for reimbursement, and sometimes brands reimburse you through the app, and sometimes they reimburse you through PayPal. Apps guarantee you'll get reimbursed even if brand goes MIA or anything happens at all. So don't be afraid to purchase it on your own, that's fine, never had an issue with that. Also, both apps have great customer service, they're very responsive, very helpful. And so after I started like filling up my profile a little bit, and brands could see that it's not a fly-by-night creator, I guess they started trusting in me more. And on Instance, like I said, you can beat your price, so of course I was trying to beat lower price. However, I would definitely recommend not to go too low, because your time is valuable. Content creation is a job, and you are here to make money and have fun. Don't underestimate yourself. Ask brands to leave you reviews, and just build that portfolio, build that trust, build that experience, because the only way you can become better at anything is keep doing it. Practice, practice, practice. I'm doing YouTube for over 5 years now. Oh my god, it's gonna be 6 this year. And of course my first videos were atrocious, that I think about that now, and I got that courage to start, and the fact that I was filming the video every single week actually helped me to improve. And it's a discipline and it takes a lot. However, it's the only way. It's the same with UGC. Just keep creating. Don't think that, oh, I'm not ready. No, just go ahead and apply for everything, build a portfolio and your skills. Because I really didn't think that I'm a good photographer or anything, but when you're genuinely wanting to create a good content, like, you do your best, and in the end of the day brands notice it and you're able to grow from there. I know people make full-time income, many of them, doing UGC, and there are so many more ways besides UGC apps to get clients, to make it your job. So The apps are an amazing place to start. Even if you have zero following, don't forget that. Even if you have no experience, if you are drawn to this field and you want to be creating content because it's fun, and when you create something and you work for yourself and you have that freedom, for me it's staying with my kids and homeschooling them, it is still fairly new industry, and it's part of like content creation industry which is growing insanely. And as you know, all these ads that we get on Instagram, Facebook and everywhere else are user generated content. Again, leave your questions down below, give this video a like, and I will see you in this video.